Console the inbounder. Fuller with it! Russo in space. Service in. Oh, and he scores! Line drive off the glove of Zamora. Parker comes home and so will love it. Georgia Southern walks it off. Eagle Nation, welcome back to another edition of the GATA Zone, your one-stop shop for a deeper look inside Georgia Southern athletics. I'm your host, Danny Wall of GATA Productions, and I'm here with Eagles head men's soccer coach Lee Squires, fresh off the 2025 season coming to a close. Coach, welcome back to the GATA Zone. Glad you're with us.
Appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
I know not the outcome that you wanted in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament, losing in the quarterfinals 3-2 in overtime to UCF, the eventual champions. But when you look at the body of work this team has put in across the board throughout this season, what do you have to say just about the success of the program?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak highly enough of what the boys have been able to achieve. When the emotion of not only the quarterfinal loss, but the disappointment of not making the national tournament subsides, we'll be able to reflect on, you know, the progress that we've made and, you know, more than doubling the win total. And it seems like every week we were rewriting some of our own history with national rankings or, you know, other accolades that came our way. And, you know, immensely proud of the progress we've made, not just this season, but through the course of now 3 seasons. And hopefully that sets the foundation and the course for where we're going to be next year and for many years to come.
You talk about the goal board that you have in your office that you try to check off every year, and it seems like this season has gotten the most checks that it's ever gotten in your 3 years of the program. Just talk to me about just the preparation and the goals you wanted to accomplish and how you were able to see those throughout this 2025 season.
Yeah, I mean, the goals board is there to show, you know, day one where we start and, you know, what the pinnacle of every college program in men's soccer should be is to win a national championship, and then all the steps along the way that it takes to get there. And like you say, we checked off a lot of different boxes this year, from a top 25 ranked team to a top 5 Sun Belt finish to you know, hitting that 10-win barrier for the first time in a while, you know, achieving a higher seed in the conference tournament, and, you know, individually, you know, boys collected a lot of accolades as well. Yeah,
13-4-1. You saw there on your screen, 6-3 in the Sun Belt Conference. Of course, one of the big moments as well earlier in the year, defeating Marshall at home in a top 10 matchup. The team was ranked as high as 6th, and when we spoke about that game before, you mentioned how you were satisfied with that moment. You knew there was more to come, and overall, Coach, just an incredible season from top to bottom.
Yeah, there's a lot of moments in there that we'll remember for a long time. Marshall obviously being one, and, you know, the crowds that we generated, and, you know, the alumni support at Georgia State away, almost turning that into a home game was really special. And yeah, there's definitely a lot to reflect on and to be really proud of. But we're not satisfied. It's now, you know, re-engage and refocus and try and do better again next time.
And final question before we go to break, Coach. I know, you know, you want to do this for your seniors, players like Nate Martinez, Kevin Pierre, just to name a few that were – Nate was a part of this team a couple of years ago where they only won 1 game in 2022. You go in 2023, you win 2 games. Then last season, you win 6. This year, you win 13. I mean, what does it mean for the seniors that were a part of that team before you took over to come in and see that success before they go on and graduate?
Yeah, I think they can all be immensely proud of leaving the program in a much better place than when they walk through the door. And, you know, they've gone through that boy to man phase. And, you know, Georgia Southern is 4 years of their career and their life, and they're now set up to be immensely successful afterwards. And couldn't be any more thankful for the heart and the soul that they've poured into the program during their time here. And, you know, I'm sure they'll leave very proud of what they've been able to achieve, and ready and capable of being great, you know, in the next phase of their life too.
When we come back after the break, we'll talk postseason awards that Georgia Southern players have won in the Sun Belt. So keep it locked here on the GATA Zone.
At Parker's Kitchen, we put our chicken tenders up against the competition and, well, you be the judge. Our huge tenders, or mid-competitor A, or competitor Zax B, or competitor Chick C. Our tenders are almost twice as big. They're fresh, never frozen, hand-breaded, and cooked to perfection. That makes them twice as crispy and juicy. Twice the size, twice the taste, and a better value. Come try our tenders yourself at Parker's Kitchen.
As a wide receiver, it's my job to make all kinds of catches. Catch touchdowns. Catch a break. Catch a ride. What? But the best catch? Schumann Farm Sweet Onions. One big catch changes the game. One ingredient changes the dish.
When you step into Paulson Stadium, walk through the football locker room, or stroll through the Hall of Fame, what you see is more than just space. It's a story. At Whitfield Signs, we bring those stories to life. From iconic athletic branding to elegant collegiate displays, Whitfield Signs can craft striking custom signage to help elevate your brand. Whitfield Signs, official sign provider of Georgia Southern Athletics.
Welcome back to the GATA Zone. Danny Wall alongside head coach Lee Squires. Coach, you had 5 players nominated for postseason awards in the Sun Belt Conference, and to see that success really be recognized by the league and all the success they had to get to that moment, I mean, what does it say just about the work that they put in this season?
Yeah, I think it speaks to, you know, that the team's got to do well for the individuals to be recognized. So I think it speaks to the collective, but for them individually, it's a great honor and a great recognition to achieve these awards in such a strong conference. To have the freshman of the year for back-to-back years, to have 2 in the first team, to have the defensive player of the year in such a strong conference is pretty special. So those guys all deserve it. I think everybody outside of Kevin Pierre who was nominated was selected, and I think Kevin more than deserved to be in there as well. And I think he's one of the best central midfield players in the country. So yeah, great for those guys on a personal level, and great representation of the success that we've had.
Going through this list from left to right, Noah Holmstrom, sophomore, named Defensive Player of the Year, first team All-Sun Belt, started every game as a center back. Emil Seedorf, he really caught fire at the end of this season with 7 goals, had a hat trick against South Carolina, named Freshman of the Year and All-Sun Belt freshman team. Ricky Lewis, first team All-Sun Belt, 9 goals, 3 assists. Nate Martinez, also now the program record holder for most clean sheets in Georgia Southern history. And Lior Holtz in his first season being named to the Sun Belt all-freshman team as well. Just what a group. And you mentioned Kevin Pierre, a team captain who you felt deserved to be a part of this list and recognized. I mean, overall, just what success this team has made this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, obviously Nate will graduate and move on, but the other 4 are scheduled to return. So we'll see how that shakes out here in the next few weeks. But really exciting that you know to have a couple of guys on the all-freshman team, bodes well for the rest of their career.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about Ricky Lewis as well, making that jump from a freshman to a sophomore. He was really the driving force at the beginning of the year. Also had the brace against Marshall in that victory. To see the progression for Ricky and to see him grow into his own, being a talented striker that he is in the second year with Georgia Southern, how would you describe his growth?
Yeah, the natural progression, he more than doubled his output from a year ago. And on the pitch, it kind of speaks for itself and is clear for all to see. But we're equally as proud of him for the strides he's made off the field as well, and in his maturity, in his his daily habits, his application, his availability, and his leadership. He's an infectious personality, and brings a great dynamic to the group every day. Works as hard as anybody, and has that kind of singular mindset that he wants to be the best. And it's a really bright future for him, and he's got to continue on that path.
You knew what you were doing and the success the program was going to have and what the players were putting into, and now the rest of Eagle Nation got to see it. To have that success and to see the number of attendances grow at Bo Pitts Field throughout this year, what does it mean now that not just Georgia Southern but the entire community understands what you are doing with this men's soccer team?
Yeah, I think Eagle Nation and the alumni and people from the outside and externally, have seen it for the last 2 or 3 months, what we've been working on for 2 or 3 years. There's a lot of hard work and sacrifice and frustration at times and lack of patience or needing to be patient that goes on behind the scenes internally until we hit that point. Now to be kind of getting rewarded for some, not just 2 or 3 months hard work, but 2 or 3 years is that there's some gratification behind that. We need that support. We need it to continue, and hopefully now we have a good enough product on the field where we're not just another sport at Georgia Southern. We're a premier sport at Georgia Southern that people want to come and see and embrace everything that the guys are doing.
Final question for you, Coach. You talked about the seniors that are going to go on and having the success that they've had this year. A lot of players that are coming back for next season. So what's next for you as you now turn the page to get ready for 2026?
To reset and to go again. We can't rest on what this season brought. We still, because of the success that we had, the expectation becomes higher. So we've got to manage those expectations. We've got to develop the players that we retain. We've got to recruit to a higher level again. And we want to go and win the conference. We want to go and leave no doubt about our participation in the national tournament. We want to command and build respect around the country that we're a top program. And we want to sustain those levels for many, many years to come. And it's only fueling the motivation to be there again next year and go bigger and better.
Well, Coach, Eagle Nation is with you. Seeing the success this team has made, a magical year, most wins since 1997. Can't wait to see what's in store moving forward.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Danny.
Coming up after the break, we'll have our player spotlight interview where Hunter Moseley catches up with senior midfielder Kevin Pierre. Keep it locked here on the GATA Zone.
Parker's Kitchen, we put our chicken tenders up against the competition and, well, you be the judge. Our huge tenders, or Mid-Competitor A, or Competitor Zax B, or Competitor Chick C. Our tenders are almost twice as big. They're fresh, never frozen, hand-breaded, and cooked to perfection. That makes them twice as crispy and juicy. Twice the size, twice the taste, and a better value. Come try our tenders yourself at Parker's Kitchen.
As a wide receiver, it's my job to make all kinds of catches. Catch touchdowns. Catch a break. Catch a ride. What? But the best catch? Schumann Farm sweet onions. One big catch changes the game. One ingredient changes the dish.
When you step into Paulson Stadium, walk through the football locker room, or stroll through the Hall of Fame, what you see is more than just space. It's a story. At Whitfield Signs, we bring those stories to life. From iconic athletic branding to elegant collegiate displays, Whitfield Signs can craft striking custom signage to help elevate your brand. Whitfield Signs, official sign provider of Georgia Southern Athletics.
Welcome back to the GATA Zone. Hunter Moseley here with our player spotlight, Kevin Pierre. Kevin, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Kevin, an incredible 3-year career with Georgia Southern. Talk about this program and how, when you came through 3 years ago into what you're leaving now, how much it has changed.
Yeah, I was a little nervous at first when I first got here, joining a new team, new city, new town, meeting new people. It's not easy. And as a sophomore, just kind of picking up again and meeting new people and like resetting. It's been a journey for sure. I know coming in, I had to put my head down, understand that I'm here to do a job. Lee brought me in to improve the program and bring it to where it is today. And so the last 2.5 years, 3 years, just every season trying to build, and be better than last season. I think we've done that, and it shows at this final season here with Georgia Southern that we have kind of reaping the rewards of the hard work we put in.
You talked about when you came here there was a lot of new, but one thing for you that wasn't new was Coach Squires, coming over with him from Lander. Talk about your relationship with Coach Squires, being under him for 5 years, including the 2 years at Lander, and how he's helped develop you both as a person and a player. Yeah,
for sure. I have a great relationship with Lee. Obviously, I followed him here. I trusted in him. I trusted his process, his coaching style, everything like that. At times it's not easy. Sometimes we butt heads and don't agree on everything, but that's part of life. But I'm really proud of him. I'm glad that he brought me in and trusted me, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah, it's kind of I'm a little emotional, kind of leaving him now because again I've been with him for 5 years. But I've seen the work he's put in every day behind the scenes, and I respect him and all the other coaching staff for everything they've done for me in the program.
Talk about the honor of becoming a captain for this team and part of your growth in this program, and then getting that honor and being able to lead others within this team.
Oh yeah, it's being a captain is something very special, and I'm honored that my teammates and the coaching staff voted me in as captain. It is a big responsibility on the field, off the field, kind of being that role model for everyone. doing right on the field, like academically wise, off the field, showing that, like keeping the standards high, showing that this is where we want the program to be. And it is at times I put pressure on myself to hold those standards every single day, but I'm proud I could do it with this group and be the leader for them.
When you look back at your career with Georgia Southern, what's one of your favorite memories in the blue and white?
I would say probably this past season playing Marshall, beating them at home. For sure, like the energy from the fans that night. Just we played well, gave everything that night to get the win, and that is something that will live with me forever.
As your college soccer career has now come to a close, what's next? What can we expect to see Kevin Pierre coming up?
Yeah, it's a little up in the air right now, but I'm hoping to go play professionally. Had some opportunities pop up, so in the next few months or so, hopefully something works out. If not, then I'll continue, finish my master's degree here, hopefully find a job, and then go on from there. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Danny and Coach Squires getting us started in the GATA Zone. This is it for men's soccer on the season. A wonderful season, 13 wins, 4 losses, just 1 tie for the Eagles. That'll be it for the GATA Zone. Thanks for watching.